Hello everyone, I am Taylor Roth. Welcome back to Subnautica Session 9. This is going to be Aurora, Search, Salvage, and Repair. Maybe more. Hope you enjoy the stream. Sorry if the welcome screen said I was going to be going live with the gameplay at 3:45. I think it was about 3:46. Yeah. Obviously I keep the time on the screen for a reason. It is what it is at this point. Today is April 6th of 2025, and I am on board the Aurora here. Session 8 saw us getting access to the Aurora. That is the ship that we were on in Subnautica that we took a ejection pod off of. And it exploded in orbit and then crashed on the planet. The ejection pod we were in for the game, crashed on top of the water. So far there have been 0 survivors from this particular crash. However, we have located a number of interesting pieces of data points. One of them is this lab access code. If you need to tweak your equipment, please use the mod station in the forward section or retrieve pre-configured equipment from the lab next door to the data coil. The door code is 6483. 6483. And I'm fairly certain that is this door code. Looks like it accepted the code. Sorry, it was a little difficult to enter. The cursor was kind of like the index finger pointing up, but it wasn't actually like focused on where the index finger was. It was just behind the entire hand. And then my character was bobbing up and down in the game. So that must have been fun for your QA team to check. Hive Mind Illustrator 6. Download that download data.
Your technology blueprints have been updated.
Okay, don't need these non-sample or non-functional pieces of lab equipment at this time. I'll leave those here. So as indicated in the broadcast title, that must be the data coil they were referencing. Search, salvage, and repairs. The repairs part has to do with the quantum drive core that I will need to be repairing in order to stop the leaking radiation from that. Search involves looking through the ship, maybe seeing if there's any still survivors on board. Yeah, that does not look very pretty up there. Lots of fire. Salvage is whatever I can find that may be useful. Got the black box. Maybe that'll help. Time for my light to die right as I'm navigating a complete maze of piping while underwater with limited oxygen. That may be a blessing. I think I just picked up a flashlight that probably has full battery. So that's nice. Why? I'm underwater and my oxygen meter is not going down. I don't trust this. Okay. Yeah, this is a known bug. Usually it only happens late in the game. But I'm gonna re-enter the game because, you know, having a glitch of being able to just swim around with no oxygen requirements isn't exactly constitute a survival playthrough. Okay, there we go, working again. The other flashlight I picked up has 0% battery. Okay. Oh man. Okay. Well, let's see. Let's drop this here. Not even certain I remember the way right now back down to the lab that I came out of. This looks... yeah. Okay. I'll start with here. Conserving my flashlight for now, but I'll pull it out here for a moment. Okay. Nutrient blocks. That's useful. Okay. That's really a low resolution menu. But sides, you have baked potato, coleslaw, mac and cheese, garlic bread, or a biscuit. For dinner, we got chicken and pork, barbecue sliced beef. Where are the vegan options? Baked beans, ham and cheese. Okay. What else? Frontiersman discount available. Hours 4 to 9. Open all week. Okay. You know, I will not promise to keep calm, but that is a cute kitty, and I'm taking your poster. Search. Salvage. Qualifies as salvage, right?
Integrating new PDA data.
Posters.
New blueprint acquired.
Sadly, where all the good stuff is gonna be, that door cannot be opened. Oh man, I can't scan the vending machine. Did I already scan a vending machine? Yes, I've already scanned one. That's why. Okay. Just checking. Just checking. Alright. Let's see where we're at on blueprints. Okay, I have a repulsion cannon now instead of the propulsion cannon. Prawn suit, I'm halfway there. Whoa. I don't... Do I have a stasis rifle on me? No. Huh. I guess I figured the propulsion cannon was sufficient for this. And the reinforced dive suit. Okay, cool. Alright. And I believe I've already scanned trash cans. I don't know why radioactive titanium rods could be placed in a trash can. That's just like too titanium, but you know, future problems, I guess. Sorry, that's bleed through from another playthrough. I've actually only built the nuclear reactor in creative mode so far. I've never built it in an actual game, but I think I'll build it in this one. When I get the blueprints and the materials. Cabin 7. Alright, let's see if we can have any. Anything rise from the ashes here.
Integrating new PDA data.
Hey, thank you for the bed.
New blueprint acquired.
Battery. Another battery. Yes. As much as I like those carry-alls, to place them around for decoration and stuff, they take up too much inventory space right now. So I'm going to focus on the useful stuff first. I can always come back and grab those when I'm feeling.
Integrating new PDA data.
Okay. Who wants to hear some juicy tidbits about the Aurora crew? Data downloads. I think it's Aurora survivors. Codes include Alien data. Well, let's start with the black box data. Okay, Aurora black box data. Initiated slingshot maneuver around planet 4546 Bravo. High velocity energy pulse detected on planet surface. Emergency distress signals sent to Altera listening buoy via long-range comm relay. Impact detected. Lifepod bays on starboard side compromised. Outgoing communications compromised. Emergency evacuation initiated. Manual piloting transferred to Captain Hollister. Life pods 01 to 25 launched successfully, entering planetary atmosphere. Massive impact registered, drive core shield compromised. Emergency bounce backs received from 8 life pods on planet surface. Human life signs detected over long range at T plus 8 hours. 1. Personnel unaccounted for. Non-essential systems maintenance. Chief Riley Robinson. I think that's us. Altera HQ rescue solution. Received at T plus 8 hours to high priority terminal in captain's quarters. Monitoring equipment failed at T plus 13 hours. Okay. Public documents. Is it public document? Okay. This is the thing. Relationship contract legal recording. Wilson and
Listen, I know
Elheim.
I don't have the right to make demands of you, but I need you to understand that I want to change our arrangement.
I hear what you're saying, and I will try to respect it. How would you like to change it?
I would like to reduce our contact hours.
How much further can we do that?
To 0.
You're dumping me.
I'm changing the terms of our relationship.
How is it still a relationship if we don't see each other?
It's a relationship of a kind. You have so many expectations.
I feel you just want to spend more time with that dumb guy in his dumb robot suit.
That's not a feeling. It's a judgment. And I feel hostility in what you're saying. Perhaps your jealousy is a sign that you need to take another look at your business model. Why can't you just be happy for me?
I am happy for you, and I'm happy for all the guys in the prawn bay. I'm just not happy for me.
This is why I want to change our arrangement.
Are we done? I was putting out a fire. I wasn't totally listening to their stuff, but yeah, relationships can be difficult to navigate. So, you know, and you're both dead now, so I guess you can work things out in the spirit world. I don't know, man. I'm just here to repair the ship, and by repair, I mean stop it from leaking deadly radiation into the nearby environment. And take all the posters. Do I not have enough power for this? That didn't work. Apparently cabin 5 is blocked off. Cabin 5! No! Need more harps. Need more harps! energy weapon harps. Guys, come on. Calm down. Harps like the ones that guard the front gate of heaven. Those kind of harps. Cabin 5. Right. Cabin 3 appears to have blown an electrical conduit on the ceiling. Wait, that walking across the ground should not do that. QA team, come on guys. I'm sure they did their job. I'm sure everybody did their job. It's just, the game is just like that. Get very happy when I see certain furniture pieces, apparently. It's the character. Alright, so yeah, there's sparking electricity from the ceiling. Probably would hurt me if it touched me. But I can't jump high enough to find out. Oh well. Cabin 1, maybe I have the code for it. It's obviously under today's menu. Today's menu. Starter. Space Bear Veloud. Veloud? It sounds French, but I'm not familiar with that word. Since their introduction to the interstellar vacuum in the 21st century, microscopic tardigrades, or space bears, have adapted and flourished where no other life forms have survived. Condensed into a smooth, nutty, protein-rich soup, they are the freshest local ingredients available to travelers on long-haul space flights. I think eating tardigrades might not be vegan, so I'm gonna pass on that option. What else do you have? Cottage pie or nutrient block? I'll go with the nutrient block. Rehydrated minced beef in its own gravy, served with a topping of mashed Chinese potato, picked fresh this morning from onboard grow beds. I mean, can I just take some of the mashed Chinese potato? Do I have to take the meat stuff too? And a side of sautéed Chinese potato plant leaves. For the time-conscious consumer, the usual nutrient block options are available. They may be consumed cold or reconstituted at the on-site fabricator. Reconstituted. I haven't seen anything in the menus with the fabricators for nutrient blocks, either to make them or to turn them into something cool. That would be an interesting option. I hope it makes its way into Subnautica 2 or something. Dessert. Dried fruits and nuts. Unfortunately, a recent accident in Cargo Bay 3 involving the incorrect application of a repulsion cannon in combination with a modified battery charger resulted in the venting into space of all dehydrated desserts. Fruit and nuts will be the only available dessert for the next 39 weeks. Good thing I like fruits and nuts then, because otherwise I'd just have to go crazy. Alright, I don't think the code is in that particular download for this door. We're looking for the code for door number 1. I don't think it's in the Altera Alms pamphlet either. Codes and clues, maybe. High security captain's quarters. But that would be labeled captain's quarters. It wouldn't be just cabin 1. Anyway, the captain's quarters code for the high security terminal is 2679. I'll try it, but I don't think that's it for this one. Just in case they didn't label the door. Yeah, no. Okay. Well, maybe I'll find the code through more searches. Ah, here's the captain's quarters. It's a nice double bed. Captain clearly keeping the best things for himself. Captain Hall, sir.
New blueprint acquired.
Nice shelves. Can take a scan of those too. Blueprint acquired.
New blueprint acquired. Integrating new PDA data.
Neptune escape rocket. Woo! This blueprint set was developed at Altera headquarters, specifically to get you off 4546 Bravo and back to the nearest phase gate. It takes into account local gravity, astronomical data, and available resources, and is piloted by AI. Is that AI run on Windows Vista? Roy, we're going to die. I don't know. It's an IT crowd joke. Some who may watch this at some point may appreciate an IT crowd joke. Is it plugged in? Anyway, it may be adapted to employ whatever power source is available. I guess it answers that question. But it will require a lot of it. It consists of 5 independently constructible elements. The launch platform. Floating platform provides a solid base from which to launch the rocket. Gantry provides structural support. Okay. Stage 1, primary thrusters for reaching atmosphere escape velocity. Stage 2, fuel reserve. Stage 3, cockpit. Features 1-person life support. That must have figured out I'm the only survivor. Short-range communications. Adaptable power supply. Orbital shielding. Onboard time capsule. Warning, onboard AI will not launch if local threats are detected. Warning, the use of alien materials to power the craft may increase its range in unpredictable ways. Great. Okay. Prawn suit, I've apparently got it in the data bank, but I don't have the blueprints yet. But let's, since we're reading this stuff. Prawn suit, Mark III. The pressure reactive waterproof nano suit. Pressure reactive waterproof nano suit. It's an acronym, like most military things. I don't know that it's a military thing, but military likes acronyms. Is a range of mechs designed to protect the pilot from extreme environments. The Mark III is the latest iteration and has so far only been rolled out by Altera for their own high-value phase gate related operations. Great, so we get the best of the best. This suit is fully insulated from the outside environment. Powerful hydraulic limbs allow for manipulation of objects and powered traversal of the environment. Rear-mounted thrusters provide maneuverability in low-gravity environments. Not low-range, low-gravity environments. A range of modifications are available to facilitate resource extraction and enhanced exploration. The prawn suit, it's got you covered. Alright. Oh, I think that's it for the captain's quarters. Okay, cabin 2 is not available. Cabin 1 won't have a code for you. Okay, let's go back this way for now. That shouldn't be happening. Do you see how those are right in front of the flashlight? Those disappear from the wall when I get too close. That's some kind of artifacting or visual culling occurring.
Picking up a faint black box signature originating on the other side of the hull bridge.
Didn't I
in
already
this
pick
room.
up the black box? Wow. It's very difficult to see my fire extinguishers through the fire. Three extinguishers remain after this one. Or two. 3.
New blueprint acquired.
Oh, no. One of the extinguishers it was showing was the one in my hand. Apparently the inventory is not separate from the inventory. Like the hotbar is not a separate inventory. It still draws from the same slots. I don't believe I have a way to get up to there. I've looked before, and I have never found a way to get up to that location. Alright. Oh, it's doing the weird oxygen thing again. Oh, it started ticking down. Maybe it's because I'm so close to the surface, I'm actually getting a good amount of oxygen. retention. So much noise in the UI right now, and not to mention stuff disappearing from the walls when I get close. It's a little difficult to read the environment correctly, but I believe we're making progress. Probably a good time to save. Alright, that was where I entered. Okay, so this is the lab. There should be an additional section for me to explore.
Calorie intake recommended.
I got plenty of nutrient bars at the moment. Not too concerned about that. I'll handle it in a minute. Looking for the...
Vital signs stabilizing.
You know what? As weird as it sounds, I'm gonna go back and drop off stuff at the sea moth. Because I actually don't know where to go from here at the moment. So might as well, before wasting more time in here, and or finding stuff that I want to pick up and having no inventory for it. There's a fire extinguisher. And plus, this particular entry point is right near the sea moth. I didn't have to go far. Okay. Deposit that battery. Deposit that flashlight. Actually, no. The other flashlight. Fire extinguishers. That was a double tap. Posters. I did not need to eat that nutrient block. Whoopsie. Okay. Hmm. Okay. That stuff's condensed down enough. I know there's another entry that I can go to on the Aurora. I'm just not certain if that's where I need to go next, or whether I can make it to the areas that I want to go from the lab. I'm fairly certain I should be able to make it from the lab, because, as I said, I've never entered through this doorway before, so unless I, like, came out this way and blew it open, then it's probably in this weird maze of pipes. Like, just keep following them, maybe? Well, that brings me to a dead end there. Oh. Well, figured it out. Here's the repairs part. Okay, access to the locker room. Yay! I solved it. It only took a skilled FQA tester like 15 minutes of looking around to find the next way through. Oh, that's good. It means you built a very good puzzle, dev team. Don't want to hold your hand too much. Alright. Music is slightly hopeful right now. I'm gonna turn it up slightly. Batteries! We like batteries. At least right now. Okay. Locker room. Okay, I'm looking for my locker, but there's no numbers on these lockers. Or are there? I'm not seeing any numbers. Prawn Bay. sweet
Integrating new
offer.
EDA data.
Oh, there's a code for cabin 1. But let's start with what the sweet offer is, okay? What time are we at? 16:37. Plan is to go to 1800. We got about an hour and a half. We're doing good on time. Doing good. Okay. From Huggins to Wilson. You're telling me you've been on this rig more than a year and you never took a ride on the outside? Well, now you've only gone and gotten yourself a friend with the keys to a giant frickin' robot suit. We've plain got nothing to do till we get Starside to work on the gate. You want to taste the stars? You've only got to say my spare prawn suit's got your name on it. You don't know what power feels like till you've crushed an asteroid with your bare, heavily mechanically augmented hands. Want to play catch with a passing meteor? Come by cabin number 1. Codes 1869. 1869. Okay, and that's from Huggins to Wilson. Public documents. Wilson. Okay, yeah. Wilson was the one wanting to exit that relationship. Apparently firing the fire extinguisher underwater has a propulsive force. It doesn't seem to be doing anything to that fire, so I'm just gonna leave. I'll put that with the rest of the fire over here. Aurora auxiliary
Integrating new
mission.
EDA data.
That is bad artifacting. Ugh. Sea fighting. Ugh. Sea fighting. Ah. It's where materials cannot figure out who's on top, so they just kind of like phase through each other. It's QA tries to report things like that, and dev teams attempt to fix it, but you know, sometimes that stuff just doesn't get fixed. It's just the way it is. If we never moved on to other games, yeah, maybe. If they were continually making patches for it, yeah, a lot of this stuff would have been fixed by now if it was still being patched on a regular basis. But, you know, there are reasons why game devs move on to other games. If we can resolve why that is as a human species or whatever, then, you know, maybe our game quality will improve.
Scans of damage to the Aurora do not match any known offensive technologies.
That's a way of saying we have no idea what shot us down. Or if it was, you know, hostile. We don't know. We don't know what it was. Okay, downstairs is going to be the quantum drive core. Wait, yes? No? Drive room says is this way.
The drive core shielding sustained internal damage.
Oh, whatever.
during collision.
Sooner I fix this,
Repair without appropriate
better.
qualifications.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, I'm the only person around, literally, who can even attempt repair, whether I have qualifications or not. So you're just gonna have to deal with it. I'll start with the fires. Ow. really see the source of the sparking, but hey. Alright, probably don't need the laser cutter right now. Let's go to the repair tool.
Warning, local radiation at maximum tolerable level.
Yay.
Containment breach repaired. Further breaches detected.
Drive core shielding breach. The Aurora's drive core is shielded by a thick metal shell, which breached in multiple locations shortly after the crash. Once breached, it will continue to leak radiation into the surrounding environment until the breaches are sealed. After that point, the radiation in the environment will dissipate over time. This procedure should only be attempted with appropriate radiation protection and a fully charged repair tool. Well, it's at 92%. That's fully charged enough, and I have batteries that I can switch to if I need to. So.
Containment breach repaired. Further breaches detected.
Again, dealing with the fire. Don't see a source for that fire light, but hey, okay. Okay, the other breaches must be underwater. If I'm not mistaken, there are biters down here. Bleeders. I don't know why they look so small
Containment breach repaired. Further breaches detected.
right now.
Containment breach repaired. Further breaches detected. Containment breach repaired. Further breaches detected.
6 breaches left.
Containment breach repaired.
5
Further
breaches to
breaches
go.
detected. Containment breach repaired. Further breaches detected. Containment breach repaired. Further breaches
3
detected.
breaches remain. Figured one of those buggers was gonna get attached at some point. I really don't want this one repaired.
Containment breach repaired. Further breaches detected.
Okay, these two aren't right next to each other.
Containment Breach reported.
Last one.
Further breaches detected.
Where? Buggers.
Drive core breach sealed. Radiation levels decreasing.
Okay. Still radiation in this room. Took my helmet off for a moment. So I don't exactly have a Geiger counter on me. Okay. Drive core's repaired. At 16:48:40, let's say. A little bit before that. Cool. Seamoth Bay is in there. And that goes up, I think, to the other entry. Let's go do the Seamoth Bay. Then we'll go down, and then up. Or something like that.
Integrating new PDA data.
Log. VR Suite. Loading program, Desert Island Drama.vrat. Size 3 players, resources normal. Blah blah blah.
Average long-range transmission delay, 8 hours. Opening last recorded transmissions.
This is an emergency distress call. Aurora is on collision course with planet 4546b. Sending all available environmental data. Please respond with rescue solution. Out.
This is Altera HQ. Attached to this message, you should find the blueprints for an escape ship that we calculate will be capable of breaking orbit and getting you back to the nearest phase gate. Now, it's designed to use materials you can find in situ, but it's gonna need one hell of a power source. Now, we'll be sure to...
Aurora long-range communications relay offline.
Jeez. Okay. Ooh. Hello. Yeah. Sorry, the yeah was to the clearly buggy nature of transitioning between water and not water. Ugh. Is it an artifact related by the... Doesn't seem related to the anti-aliasing. I guess I could turn it off. Let's see if that... it's slightly better with it off. Screen space reflections off, maybe. Ugh. Ambient occlusion, maybe? Yeah, it does feel like it's occlusion related. Maybe if I turn occlusion off? Ugh. Yeah, not sure that's better. Ugh. Sadly, I don't even know what dithering does. Is it because I'm on Filmic? No, it does seem related to the Filmic quality. Somewhat. Okay, sad. If it's on neutral, is it still bad? No, it's just more obvious on neutral, or Filmic, because everything's darker to begin with. So I have to use the light to kind of see. Anyway, we'll be out of the ship soon. It's just... I think this is the worst room I've seen so far. That room's driving me nuts. The Seamoth Bay. Or is it a bay? Is it Seamoth Bay? Yeah. Literally just a place to hold a Seamoth and then a door. Okay. Yeah. Alright. Time to descend. See what I can find here. And then go back up. We have one more cabin to enter. Oh, can I descend? Right. No? Okay.
Integrating new PDA data.
Can't really use that ladder. Cyclops engine fragment. I don't remember if I have the engine already. Looks like no. So that's good. One step closer. CMOS depth module. Don't remember if I've built that yet or not. No way to get back in behind these. Oh, wait. Maybe Easter egg? Come on. 007. These all have the same stamp. Or stencil. Okay, no, I wasn't able to find anything back there. But you know, sometimes dev teams like to hide stuff. That's what makes games so fun. Well, not only. Like this. Extra nutrient block. Okay, last fire extinguisher for now. Gotta be careful, make sure I only use it if I absolutely have to until I find another one available. There's... Can I... Huh. Okay. That was easier than I expected.
Aurora systems are running on local reserve power, unable to remotely download black box data.
Battery. Okay. Yep, this is the other entryway, which a bit tricky to get into. Usually it involves walking across that fire or putting it out and then dropping and taking some damage. That's how I've entered the Aurora in the past, so it was nice, the entry point this time. Didn't I change out the fire extinguisher? I don't think that one can be put out. Oh. Since last save, 22 minutes. Shit. Shiitake mushrooms. Always a good idea to save before doing something stupid. Just, you know, in case you're thinking about it. Have you saved your game recently? Before doing something stupid. Ugh. Okay, well, no choice. No way but through. At least I know where I'm going this time. Just remembering everything I picked up. Have I gotten that code yet, or was that in the locker room? I think it was in the locker room that I found the code. It was 1869, pretty sure. Good time to save. Let's go do that first. And then responsible autonomous relationships. Forward by Jenny Eckhart. All the good things in life are commodities. We trade love just as we buy and sell stock. We engage in human relationships when there is a fair exchange of value, support, motivation, affection. Nothing good is ever free. If every physical good in the Federation came from a single supplier, it would constitute a dangerous monopoly. Personal relationships are the same. It is important for people to get what they need from multiple sources. If a person finds a better source of the goods they require, they are not wronging their original supplier by changing their purchasing arrangements. If one member of a relationship should feel threatened or jealous, they must look at their own business model and ask whether it is performing competitively. There is always room for improvement. Interesting. Alright, that's it for the cabins, I believe. Okay, time to go to the locker room without dying this time probably. That would be helpful. Not dying would be helpful. Gee, you don't say. It's always interesting to me how fire works in this game in terms of killing the player. Because it's like, take a little bit of fire damage, yeah, you're fine. But you step into too much flame and it's just, there's no health bar. It's just, there's no decrease to the health bar. It's just done. You're done. I'm like, I, generally like more warning when it comes to things that are going to damage my health bar. But I guess fire is self-explanatory. If you're dumb enough to walk into it, then, right? I don't know. Here's the sweet offer. Already picked that up.
Integrating new PDA data.
Okay. Make sure I get the proper angles. Aurora Auxiliary Mission Orders. I think I picked that up last time, but I did not read it. Okay, well, let's read it this time. Operations logs. Codes and clues. Okay, our Aurora Search and Rescue Mission. Aurora Auxiliary Mission Orders. Mission, Search and Rescue. Target, crew of the Mongolian vessel Dagazi. Last known position, vicinity of planet 4546 Bravo. Ariadne Arm. Contact is the Mongolian emissary, Joki Kassar. I said Kassar. That was a super weird guy. Aurora passenger quarters. Mission brief. A Mongolian vessel, the Dagazi, disappeared almost a decade ago, carrying with it a high-ranking Mongolian chief. Corporate insurance has purchased passage aboard the Aurora for emissary Kassar, and your orders are to make every reasonable effort to locate and retrieve the Dagazi crew members without compromising the primary mission. Confirming the fate of the crew will aid Altera's diplomatic efforts with the Mongolian councils. Mission details. Aurora is due to perform a slingshot maneuver around 4546B, Bravo, 4546 Bravo, Category 3, Ocean Planet. Approximately 13 months post-launch. 13 months into the trip is when we crashed, apparently. This will bring the ship within range of the Dagazi's last known position. Additional aquatic and all-terrain vehicles have been included in the Aurora's cargo package for this mission. Dagazi crew manifesto has been distributed to senior employees in a separate message. Because I'm underwater, the scuba mask is filtering part of the, or obscuring part of the data pad there with the writing. Not a big deal, it's kind of a realism type thing, so I'm not sure it would constitute a bug. Could be debated. Be interesting with the design team, whether they already were told about that, or if they were told about that, what their perspective on it would have been. Is that intended design? That's a question that a lot of bug testers will put at some point. At some point they'll put in a bug and be like, or just contact the designers and be like, hey, Is this the way the game's supposed to be? Is this thing working as intended? Classic. I love my job.
Scans of damage to the Aurora do not match any known offensive
Because I think
technologies.
everybody enjoys having our video games be more like bug-free, or I mean, except where it's supposed to be having bugs, right? Like, there's a bug in the game. Oh man, I have to repair the drive core a second time. Ugh. Those biters. Okay, well, you know, you're probably right, computer, that I shouldn't attempt it without proper qualifications, because here I am having to do it again, because I, you know, former me repaired it and then died like an idiot. So.
Warning, local radiation at maximum tolerable level.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I'm well aware. So you're saying I should not put on my ball cap right now. I should probably just repair the radiation. I'll just drink some water right in front of the irradiated drive core. That seems like a good idea. Now is a great time for a drink of water. Do I have the water in my inventory behind like a lead-lined barrier? Like, am I getting irradiated water? It is a survival playthrough, you know, so as designed. It'd be funny if the water did get irradiated. It's like you can, I don't know. It's like Fallout things. No. I mean Fallout the game, not Fallout as in like radioactive Fallout, but yeah, basically radioactive Fallout. I know it's excessive to put the fire out, but I did it last time. Yeah, but on that timeline, you died. Yeah, but I wasn't saving my game. That's on me. And I did something stupid. I walked into fire. See, this is the thing, is like repeating an experience because the past self did not, or screwed it up in some way, and then complaining about it the whole time that it's a repeated loop. Like that, which is more useful, repeating the experience or complaining about the repeating experience while repeating it? Like, either way, I'm still going to be repeating it, so if I'm complaining about it, and where are you? You little bugger. Get out of here.
Containment breach repaired. Further breaches detected. Containment breach repaired. Further breaches detected. Containment breach repaired. Further breaches detected. Containment breach repaired. Further breaches detected.
Well, I can say that the Aurora likes to kill me. Both of the deaths that I've had, even though I reset and loaded the save again before the death technically occurred, both times have been the Aurora that killed me. Both freaking times. One time by this drive core exploding, another time by fire. From said exploded ship.
Breach repaired. Further breaches detected. Drive core breach sealed. Radiation levels decreasing.
Seems like the lighting kicked up higher once it was repaired. It's a sign the ship is slightly better. Hey, I'm clicking X. Apparently I was too far away. Okay. Drive core repair done. Now I'll do the Seamoth Bay real quick and then go topside.
Integrating new PDA data.
I think this is where I got the Cyclops engine fragment. Okay.
Integrating new PDA data.
Thought maybe there might be something additional I could scan there, but no. Did that fire come back? Container. Good to know.
Aurora systems are running on local reserve power, unable to remotely download black box data.
Okay. The way is clear.
Integrating new PDA data.
Okay, so that was cargo bay 3. And there's the exit. That part about saving fire extinguishers for things like going through the freaking door that's on fire.
Integrating new PDA data. Integrating new PDA data.
I'll just leave that fire there for now. Make sure the exit is clear. Though I do have another route I can take. I don't want to go back through all that again. I think there's probably another fire extinguisher out here. going out the other way that I didn't come in just to make sure I pick up any extra stuff that was along the way.
Caution. Scans show the digestive tracts of nearby life forms contain human tissues.
I hear you, bugger. Where are you? There you go. Out to sea with you. Into the fire.
Warning, ship's structural integrity is low. Fire suppression equipment and laser cutters may be required. Exploration is conducted at your own risk.
The warning was triggered to be playing the other way, but I guess they didn't. It was just a trigger by entering a set area, not the direction one is traversing that set area. So that warning could have been improved and or triggered for the other entry point. And here's the other entry. All right. That little beep is when there's something the propulsion cannon could lock onto. I don't want to be throwing that anywhere. Okay. Have I used all my vehicle storage? Okay. Can put those fire extinguishers in there, along with the used battery. One of those. Put my sea glide back on that slot. Drink of water. All right. Well, exploration of the Aurora, search, salvage, and repairs has been completed, with only one death. So let's see if we can navigate out of this wreck. Yeah, we do not want to be dealing with that guy. Looks like we're fine. for the moment. Just a Reaper. I would like to find the other Cyclops engine fragment, but, you know. These parts of water do be dangerous. Let me check something here. Still have radiation. Maybe the game will tell me when the radiation has declined sufficiently.
Passing 100 meters. Oxygen efficiency decreased.
Power transmitter. Those are useful.
Blueprint acquired.
Salt. Laser cutter fragment. That's one of my beacons. Got about 25 minutes left. So we're in the more phase. Exploration. Not sure if I've been into this wreck. Feels like I have. Craft trap. Should we visit Life Pod 12? Why not? Let's do it. We would have had a little more time had we not gotten dead. But hey. Gonna need to do some repairs on this moth here. Okay, 391 meters. Here's a wreck. Have I been in here? Where's the entry point? top. Maybe.
Detecting volcanic activity and several unusual electromagnetic signatures in the region. Exercise caution when diving deeper.
Okay, there's doors. Okay, I can enter from that point as well.
Passing 200 meters.
Ow!
Oxygen efficiency greatly decreased.
Okay. Let's just start by opening the door here. Nothing super interesting behind that door. Oh, there is a, okay, I didn't see that before. Okay, got it, right, gotcha.
30 seconds.
Yeah, I couldn't, for some reason, figure out how to get out that hole again. Okay. So there's 2 compartments here. Breaching a door. 4, 3, 2, 1.
Passing 200 meters. Oxygen efficiency. Integrating new PDA data. Integrating new PDA data. New blueprint acquired.
What was the blueprint that I found? Probably be on my blueprint screen here. Okay, prawn suit. Those are not necessarily new. Cyclops sonar upgrade? Maybe. Power transmitter, already found that one. Beds, found those on the ship. Wall shelves, found that on the ship. So it must have been the Cyclops one. Sonar upgrade. which sadly is not like an upgrade to the sonar upgrade, it's just the sonar upgrade. Maybe it should be like Cyclops upgrade sonar. This way.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
I do want to make it back to the base.
Passing 200 meters. Oxygen efficiency greatly decreased. Seconds. Oxygen.
Turn off the light to see the light from my ship to know which way to go. I didn't see anything in the... in that room? Other than the grow bed, which I already have. Okay, there's a open door. Nothing valuable there to be accessed. And this just is an area to taunt us, apparently. Okay. Where is the...
30 seconds.
I don't remember how I swim in here. I'm gonna die.
Oxygen.
That's 2 deaths. In one playthrough. Couldn't find the exit.
Passing 100 meters.
And there appeared to be nothing of value in that room beyond the grow bed, which, if I didn't have grow beds, would have been useful. But I do. So. I wasn't satisfied that that was everything. I make one more pass and this time not lose how to get out of there.
Passing 200 meters. Oxygen efficiency greatly decreased.
See, if I had my rebreather mask, I would have plenty of time. Okay, it's right there. Okay, so I knocked those out of the way, and I still couldn't explore.
Seconds.
Mm-hmm.
Oxygen.
Okay. Time to RTB. But I should drop a beacon. Debris 0, 0. Debris 0, 1. Okay. Beacon's in this pocket, I think. Huh. Apparently, I have too much stuff in my inventory. Another good reason to go home. Yeah, we'll just call it debris. I know it's a wreck. Well, I was heading down here for the life pod, which is only 194 meters away.
Passing 200 meters. Oxygen efficiency greatly decreased.
Medical officer Dan
Integrating new
Beats.
PDA data.
Log. Okay. Apparently the bulb bush takes up more than one slot. 6 minutes left for this playthrough today. I would very much like to start the next playthrough from the base. It's been an entire session that I've been away from home. Haven't been back to base one time. So I will focus my remaining efforts on accomplishing that. That's a modification station fragment. I don't have space for the excess titanium right now. Have I scanned this? Okay. Aliens. Figure that out eventually. I don't want to spoil too much about the alien element. I know some things from my other playthrough, but some things I gotta save at least for one more session. It's at 98%, but I thought I had been at 94%, so that's weird. When I took the damage, I distinctly remember 94%, or 94 hit points out of. Oh, right. Don't need the pod. Need my base. It's so beautiful. Have these grown enough yet for me to start picking them? Looks like. Yay. Oh, I'll plant that while I'm here. Bulb bush sample.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Okay, 2.5 minutes to put away my inventory, basically. Let's go ahead and put that rebreather mask on me, because I am gonna need that. I'll drop some of these nutrient blocks and waters here.
This is Life Pod 7. Coordinates attached. Pod is structurally sound, but the fabricator's bust. Requesting assistance. 7 out.
Signal coordinates corrupted. Approximate transmission origin recorded to data bank.
stored the fabricator. The base building device. Somewhere in one of these compartments. Oh man. Okay, fit. Fiber mesh. Never considered doing it that way before. Okay, and then I'll build a inventory station there next time. Build the big... I think next playthrough is going to be some base expansion, now that I've got beds. Along with other things that I needed. And that the radiation is under control. Woo! Okay, yeah, finally took off my radiation helmet. So, yep. We're in good shape. Let's do where's the... Just need to hang up my keep calm poster. Where is it? Perfect. No pun intended. And with that, we will call this one done. So that is session 9 for Subnautica. Playing Subnautica. Did everyone have fun watching this stream? I'm just curious. I do appreciate tuning in later on YouTube. Drop me some comments. Let me know what kind of content you enjoyed with the stream. If there's something you particularly didn't like or found annoying, feel free to let me know on that as well. I will take your feedback into consideration with future playthroughs as best as I'm able. I'm really grateful to have made some progression on it and to have gotten the Aurora repaired finally. Take off that radiation helmet finally and get the rebreather going will really help me in diving deeper. No pun intended. I like the puns. Alright. There's a lot of craziness out there that we can dive into if we really get too involved in what's going on outside of our bodies. I know there's plenty going on inside of our bodies, so let's stay focused on staying balanced, making sure that we carve out some time for self-care, not as a party line, but as a actual practice. Take care of your body because you're the one with it. And if I'm not happy with this body, then seems like I make it worse on myself by engaging with others in a way that is gonna kind of bring that energy back to me of I'm super pissed off, why are you wasting my time, blah blah blah, you know, whatever it is. So doing my best to kind of modulate my nervous system, I find to be a very helpful thing, especially when engaging in games like this. And just, I've done other more difficult things, so playing a video game, streaming, it's not particularly difficult for me. Maybe it would be more challenging if I were handling some more conversations as well as the playthrough. But we'll see when and if that day comes. In the meantime, I'm enjoying making these videos, and I hope they stand the test of time. I still stand by my initial stance that Subnautica is a great game. The storyline is well put together. I really love the exploration elements. Ran into quite a few bugs exploring the Aurora today that were a little immersion breaking, between the oxygen being stuck on 100%, having to quit and reload into the game to fix that, and then also having the those weird occlusion and Z fighting elements going on. It made for a pretty difficult gameplay in terms of just reading the environment, and that's already a very difficult environment to navigate, so that would be an area that the dev team, if they ever revisit this and patch some things, that would be a great area to improve for quality of life, is just how those textures are interacting with the area. So those are my thoughts from bug testing perspective. Other than that, great game, killer soundtrack, really love it, and I'm looking forward to coming back pretty soon and doing some more Subnautica with everyone. It'll probably be about another 2 weeks, either on a Saturday or Sunday usually is when I drop these streams, and yeah, I've got some things coming up soon in a few weeks that may impact my streaming schedule. I don't anticipate right now that it will, but if I don't drop some new content in 2 weeks, it might be because I'm a little busy, and I should be back not long after that. Let me just take a look here at the calendar before leaving. Let's see here. So 2 weeks puts me at Easter. So I think Easter weekend I should have some time. I don't remember if I'm off. I would hope that I'm off for a paid holiday on Easter Monday. I think it's a Monday this year, 21st. So if I am off, then for sure I'm going to drop something that weekend. If I'm not, probably will still drop it, because I do like the 2-week frequency, and I'm really excited to see where we're going to be going. We're at 8 hours and 47 minutes in this playthrough. My personal playthrough outside of that is at 1 day, so 24 hours and 15 hours? Huh. So it's 39 hours or so. I thought it was like 20 hours. Okay. So I may still have quite a few of these streams ahead in order to get to the end game. But at this point, next session will be stream 10, session 10, and we'll know more what I'll be doing on that stream when I launch it. But again, I did mention that I would like to do some base building, so that's pretty much a sure thing, and then the rest I'll figure out in the meantime, or when it comes time to make the stream. Thank you, namaste in the catch, and yeah, just take care, be blessed, and go with God. Much love. Have a good night or day, whatever phase of the sun to Earth / wherever you're at when you're tuning in to this. May your environmental parameters be functioning optimally. Take care.